Welcome back, everyone. We're back again drawing another Boku no My Hero Academia character. Yep, we're doing Tomura today. Thoughts on the character? He has a presence in the show. We get to see him early on, and I think Hirokoshi Sensei set it up so far has been brilliant. I don't know, I just like how he goes about doing stuff. He's not super terrifying to me, but he's not creepy either. I think the best term that I can label him as is unsettling. He's unhinged, but not like... I guess in a way that makes me run away from him. Like, I don't know if I'm just so used to seeing edgy things, but I think I could probably hold a conversation with him, as crazy as that sounds. Then again, I have a friend who roleplays him, and it's super fun interacting as his adopted sister with Mitsuri. It's stupid funny how the sibling dynamic that we have going on with the monomids. It's your typical, I'm going to annoy you just because I can, versus, I really care for my little sister and I'm going to be an overprotective brother, but God does she annoy me type of dynamic. It's funny, it's hilarious to me. Other than that, I think he has been handling the league pretty well. I don't know. He usually tends to stay low, at least from what I've seen in the anime. But sure, he might be calling the shots and having people follow those orders because of the power of decay of his quirk, which in my opinion is a really nice way of showing soft power as a leader. Like, he doesn't actually have to kill anyone for them to follow orders. Mostly they are willing to follow what Tomura says. And honestly, Chisaki's also kind of like that in his own way. But I mean, both of them are leaders of their own organization. So it makes sense for a leader to possess that soft power versus hard power where everything is done with physical actions and immediate consequences. Like, I guess that's what is so attractive to me in a character. Not in a romantic way, but like in terms of gaining respect and authority by just instructing in fear or a potential don't test me, I will hurt you type of deal. His small cameo in the second movie were also nice, and how he sort of goes apeshit from the screenshots that I've seen are also nice. Like, can I note how Hirokoshi Sensei has had so much fun drawing the panels where his boys got absolutely bonkers? Like, you can just tell that he's having fun with it, while also the rest of the fandom is either crying or is on fire over the story. Sensei, if you are watching or hearing this, which I doubt that he is in the midst of the internet that is today, but in the far off chance, I get it. I truly get it. I get those dopamine rushes when I draw something dark or unhinged, and it just looks so good and fluid. I get it, Sensei. Like, I really get it. I feel it. And I know some people hearing me will probably heavily disagree, but it's true. It's the same kind of dopamine rush whenever you draw fluff. But for me, it's the dark, angsty shit. Like, it's so good because it's hard to draw a heartbreaking scene or any scene in general that elicits such a hard emotional response of being uncomfortable and hurted. Like, it's delicious. Anyway, onto the thumbnail itself. The client wanted Tomura's face to be visible, but also in a way to reach out to the viewer, so we got a typical portrait of him with the hand. Now, let me note that I had to pull several references to get this to work, mainly for the hand. I had to take a selfie with the hand shape that I wanted because for the life of me I could not find the proper hand on Google or with the extra set of hands that come with the Body-kun and Body-chan figurines that I bought myself ages ago. So I went ahead and imported the selfie and drew over the hand, and I fixed some proportions on my hand because one, my hand is very tiny and it's chubby, and two, I know generally speaking, guy hands tend to be bigger proportionally to women's hands, and they have a lot more bone structure, like visible bone structure that you can tell of. So, like I had to make some changes. Now, of course, that's a gross generalization normally, but for stylized work like this, that's usually the norm, where the guy hands are a little bit bigger and they have like more bony landmarks on their hands and knuckles and fingers compared to women's hands, which is a lot softer and a lot more meaty. And just to add a little flair, I emphasize his nails too. I've come to notice that I really like drawing hands with well-defined nails, so we went with that. Surprisingly, Hirokoshi Sensei's nails, like nail drawings on his characters, are very like squared. Like, I don't know if you noticed, or if you go back and just enjoy looking at the panels, his nails tend to be a lot squarish instead of like the typical rounded forms that I do. But like he still draws very squared fingers and nails. So I'm not sure if that's a common thing over in Japan, but yeah, like it was interesting to know and just take notice of that. Also, why does Tomura have no eyebrows? Like, is that legit? I don't know. Like, is that canon? Like, he has no eyebrows. Because when I was looking for reference pictures of his actual face without the hand thingies that he uses to cover his face, I noticed that he's very wrinkly. Like, Nani the fuck, child, you are like in your upper 20s. How are you that aged? And B, he has no eyebrows. Like, I'm not sure if in some other manga panels and captures there are eyebrows on the man, but I didn't get to see any when I looked for basic screenshots of him. Then again, I don't want to spoil myself too much since I want to get the full context in the anime. Though, as long as Bakugo is well and he's okay and he's alive, I don't really care much for everybody else. But, like, the man has no eyebrows. Like, where are they? Did you decay them? What happened to him? Like, you have literally no eyebrows. Oh, and now that I mentioned Bakugo, now that I think about it, I should probably make a separate playlist on the channel for the series of Speedpaints, because I think with Tomura, that makes it 3 My Hero Academia Speedpaints that I've done so far, and there's also a 4th upcoming one that is gonna kill me, and also probably you, but also very much likely it's gonna kill me. Regardless, that's Tomura Speedpaint. As always, thank you for watching and hearing me ramble. Also, if you really like what you see, then please feel free to leave a comment or share it with your friends. Spreading the word helps me a lot in the long run. And if you wish to further support me, then please follow my social media and consider making a pledge over at my Patreon page. We have pledges as little as $1 a month, with perks such as getting updates on the timeline of my personal projects, interacting with me in a small but growing Discord server, discounts on commissions, and first dibs on commission slots. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yay!